Hello everyone, this is Maurice. Welcome to my home. If you've not noticed, I'm a huge fan of French decor. Included in that decor, one of the things I particularly love are crystal chandeliers. But if you are also like me and you live in a home that has the standard 8-foot ceilings, you're not going to be able to hang chandeliers without hitting your head on it or it being basically in the way. It's not very conducive to a home with 8-foot ceilings. If you have 10-foot ceilings, you are golden. You have no issues. But as we live in a standard home, we do. So because of this issue, I took it upon myself to find a way to make a chandelier lamp. I had no idea how I was going to do it. I searched all over YouTube. There were no instructional videos or instructional information as to how to convert a chandelier into a chandelier lamp. So I went about researching this myself, finding a lamp I liked, taking it apart, a chandelier that I liked I purchased. I took it apart and I looked at the inner workings of these two items to see how they worked, how they went together, and to see if I could possibly convert the chandelier into a chandelier lamp. And luckily, after several weeks of doing this, I was successful. I found the parts I needed very cheaply on the web to make this happen, and I've made several chandelier lamps since. And I'm going to share with you how easy it is to do and how you can do it yourself, and we're going to do that right now. We're going to take a quick look at a few examples of lamps that we can use for this project. Also, we're going to look at 3 or 4 different chandeliers that we can use for this project. Also, I'm going to show you the actual parts that you're going to need that are going to make this work so that we can put this lamp together. Now this is the most basic lamp construction. This is made out of a single lamp pipe, and at the bottom of that pipe is a base. Now this is the most basic. It's lightweight. It only has a fixture on the top and a tiny shade. It's not going to support the weight of a chandelier with about 10 pounds of crystals on the top. And so what we need, if we wanted to make something like this work, if we wanted to use this, is you would have to go to a place like grandbrass.com, which sells all lamp parts, and you would need to buy yourself a base that is weighted. You can get very heavy-duty weighted bases that would aid in this. You need this lamp to be very stable to support the weight of a lamp on top, so it's not too top heavy, because it's going to be very top heavy. And if you don't have something to counterbalance that with it, like a heavy weight on the bottom, that lamp is never going to stay standing straight. Now again, this is another type of lamp that we could possibly use if this base is weighted. If we have a nice weighted base, it will hold this and support that heavy lamp chandelier that's on top of it. The main thing we are looking for is we want a lamp that is going to be good, heavy, weighted down, sturdy, so that that chandelier on top of that lamp is not too top heavy, and we're not going to have an issue. Now this is another kind of example of lamps. This is from the 1960s. This is called the Hollywood Regency style lamp. And this is my favorite example for a number of reasons, because there were tons of these made in the 60s, not this particular style, but they were made many different ways with many different lamp parts. It's another type of thing where it's meant somebody got very creative with it, because this is a lamp pipe, and it's a lamp pipe which has been added a bronze base, a marble piece here which added a lot of weight and stability to the bottom. They have this glass piece here, and all of these waterfall pieces, crowns, that go all the way up the lamp. This is a pretty heavy-duty, stable lamp. This kind of lamp is going to work to support our chandelier at the top without really having to convert it much or put a new base on or anything, because it's got a lot of weight here. But the reason that this is my favorite example is because this really shows how creative you can get with building a lamp. Now, this particular lamp company, when they made this lamp, these crystal pieces here at the bottom of these lamps are candy dishes. So it shows you that you can actually use your imagination to build the lamp any way you want. And I'm going to show you something, which is this. This is a candy dish. This is the exact same candy dish that you saw on that lamp. So props to those people who are pretty creative and how imaginative they were in creating that lamp. This is the same, built in the same principle. It is on a small lamp pipe. It has your lamp base. It has your marble piece. It has a body, a trebuchet, and the dish on the top, which has been a hole drilled into it and a topper put on it. It's a good example of how you can really create your own lamp and customize it for yourself. You don't have to just use crystal. There are many items you can use to drill a hole in to put it over that lamp and create the body that you want. Now, this is another example of a Hollywood Regency lamp. This is actually a lamp and an ashtray, and they're basically built the same way. Both over a lamp pipe, they have the same body. There is a heavy-duty brass, or bronze, I should say, lamp base with a marble piece, which gives it weight and stability. And it's a pretty heavy-duty piece. You have the lamp body here, trebuchets. The only difference is that this one had few extra pieces added to the lamp pipe, and they turned it into an ashtray as opposed to a lamp. So you see, you can do many different things with these, and the basic principle of building them is the same. Now, this is about 20 inches, this lamp, and it's really heavy duty, and this is actually the lamp that we are going to use for our project. This is going to hold our chandelier, and I'm going to show you how we do that in just a moment. So now we know, after looking at all of these lamps, that any single lamp that you would like to use, whether it be elaborate and very heavy, made out of bronze, made out of wood, made out of ceramic, or the most basic construction with a base and a lamp pipe, it's all going to work. The only thing we have to make sure is that we have a nice weighted base and a sturdy lamp that's going to counterbalance the weight of that chandelier on the top, so that it's not going to tip over, it's going to be stable. And use your imagination. Any lamp that you want, or any lamp that you particularly like, is going to work, just as long as you make sure it's good, sturdy, and weighted. So now let's take a look at some chandeliers that we can use for this. Now we're going to look at some examples of what are good chandeliers to use for our particular project. Now, what we're looking at right now is called a Maria Theresa chandelier. It's from the 18th century. This is a little bit more updated. It's a little more modern. It's about 20 inches tall by 22 inches wide. Now, what we're looking for when we look at these chandeliers, especially height and width, is you don't want anything more than about, say, 20 to 22 inches wide, because, and depending upon where that lamp body and the bulk of the weight of the chandelier is, this is going to be okay because it's towards the bottom of this chandelier. If you have the weight towards the top, it's going to make this very top heavy, and it's going to be kind of iffy whether it's going to work on our lamp, because we want it to be fairly stable. Now, this is good. The location of the weight on this is good. This is, I will tell you, this is from eBay. It's from a company that sells all brand new chandeliers, and most importantly, it has real crystals. Now, when you're looking for a chandelier, make sure that you do not buy a chandelier that has what are called acrylic crystals. They're plastic, and over time those are going to yellow and they're going to lose their luster, and there's no way you're going to be able to get that back. No matter what you do or how much you clean them, they're just going to get cloudy because they're plastic. These are real crystals. So as they age and they get dusty, and if they start to discolor, You can take these off, wash them, clean them, put them back on, and they're going to maintain their original brilliance, their luster. They're going to look the same, and it's going to last you for a very long time. Now, considering that these are real crystals, $47.99 is a really good price. So I would go ahead, if you're interested in this particular type of chandelier, and order this. I did find that ordering chandeliers on eBay from these companies, the shipping is always free, and the shipping is actually fairly quick. It only takes a couple of days to get these. Now, the next example we're going to look at is this one. This is called a waterfall chandelier, and it is about 21 inches tall by 15 inches wide. This particular chandelier does present a bit of a problem for us, because if you notice, all of the weight, the lamp body and the bulk of the weight of this chandelier is along the top, which is going to make this chandelier very top heavy. So the thing you need to consider before you purchase a chandelier like this is this going to work for my project? How sturdy is my lamp? Do I have a really heavy duty lamp that's going to hold the weight of this and keep it stable? These are the things you need to consider. Now, this is much less wide. This is about 7 inches less in width than the Maria Theresa one we just looked at. So it might be fairly possible. The wider that chandelier is, the more top heavy it's going to be. And depending on the location, which is either the weights at the bottom of the chandelier or the top of the chandelier, is going to make a big difference. So you need to consider that carefully before you order this. This is a very nice chandelier. It's a very modern chandelier. It worked very nicely with our particular project, and it's only $50. Again, shipping is free, and all of the crystals on this chandelier are real. Now, the next example we're going to look at, this is called an Empire style chandelier. This chandelier is an updated, more modern version of an Empire style chandelier. It's 19 inches tall, and it's approximately 15 inches wide. Now, this is $84. It's a bit more, but I'm going to tell you this is actually more bang for your buck than you realize, because there are 3 rows of graduated round chandelier crystals at the bottom of this, which makes this pretty heavy, and the weight is towards the bottom of this chandelier. If you notice, this crown, waterfall crown, is towards the bottom, and this is going to add a lot of weight to the bottom of this chandelier, which is going to make it a lot more stable on your lamp. So this is a very good choice. Now, when you consider that if you buy chandelier crystals, and you can go to many places on the web that sell chandelier crystals, these ball crystals are at least $10 a piece. And if it's a Swarovski crystal, you're going to pay at least $5 more, up to $15 a piece. So when you consider you get all of these crystals for just $84 in this chandelier, that's a really good deal. Now, so this is the actual chandelier that we are going to be using for our project. Now, again, this is from eBay. The crystals are all real. The shipping is free. And we're going to get to building this in just a moment. I'm going to show you how we do that. Now, I do urge you to search eBay. They have tons of different chandelier options that you can choose from. Some are more expensive, some are less expensive, but we're trying to keep this on a budget. So these are just some examples for you. If any of these chandeliers interest you, I will include the links in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. And we're going to quickly run through parts that you actually need to order when you put together the chandelier. These are parts that are not included with the chandelier itself. These are parts that we are going to need to actually convert that chandelier into a lamp. And first of all, we have what's called a lamp hickey. It's 1/8 IPS. IPS means iron pipe size. 1/8 is actually the measurement and the size of the threads that are on the interior of this lamp hickey. You're going to see that measurement 1/8 IPS on every part you order, because 1/8 IPS is the standard threading size that's used in chandeliers and lamp pipes, lamps, that sort of thing. It's a standard size, so that's going to be the size of everything you order. This lamp hickey is only 95 cents, and all of these parts I order from a website called grandbrass.com. They're very good. They have a huge selection, and their prices are very reasonable. You're going to be able to get these parts very cheaply. Now, on a chandelier, at the center of the chandelier, you have what's called the lamp body, and in that lamp body is housed all of the wiring for that chandelier. The wiring is going to go through the top of this lamp hickey, which is attached to the pipe. It's a lamp pipe that sets on the top of the lamp body, and all the wiring goes through the top of this hickey and through this pipe, and that's where you're going to hardwire it to your ceiling. But also on this lamp body there is what's called a cap on the very bottom, and on that cap is held on by a small lamp pipe, maybe a 1/2 inch long. It's 1/8 IPS threads, and it's screwed into the bottom of this lamp hickey, and this holds the cap onto the bottom of the chandelier. Now, a lot of times you're going to find when you buy your chandelier, it already has a lamp hickey, in which case you don't need to buy this, but it's always good to buy one just in case. You never know if you're going to need it. It's only 95 cents. Go ahead and get yourself an extra one. The next thing we are looking at is a lamp pipe. You're going to find that with a chandelier, there is already a lamp pipe on the top of the lamp body of the chandelier, but as we're converting this to a lamp, we're going to need a lamp pipe for the bottom of that lamp body, and that the lamp pipe that's on the bottom of the lamp body is then the chandelier body is then going to attach to the top of your lamp. And so when you buy these, they range about $1.50 to $3, depending on how long you want it. Now, basically, your measurement you're going to need is going to be from the bottom of that lamp body through the bottom of the chandelier itself, because the chandelier has different layers that your crystals are going to set on, and you want to kind of gauge how long, with the crystal at the very bottom of the chandelier that's hanging off the very bottom, you want to find out from the lamp body to the top of the lamp how long you need it. And in this case, we're only going to need a 4-inch, and that 4-inch lamp pipe is only going to cost us $2. It comes from the same place, grandbrass.com, and you can get any size you want depending on the chandelier that you're going to be using. Our chandelier really is only going to require a 4-inch pipe. Now, you might have a larger chandelier, you might want it to set up higher, but you have to also understand that when you buy this lamp pipe and it sets on the top of your lamp, you're going to have excess lamp pipes that you see that the crystals do not cover. So you want to make sure that you find out how long those crystals are to the top of your lamp body, because those crystals are going to actually hide this lamp pipe. And it all depends. Do you want the lamp pipe to be shown or not? But either way, that's your decision. But go ahead and measure it to find out what size you need. And we'll go on to the next part we need. Now, remember, we talked about the lamp body, and there's that lamp hickey within that lamp body, and there's a top and a bottom to that lamp hickey. The top part is attached to the top of the lamp body, and the bottom has a small pipe like this one that we see, 1/8 IPS. It's usually about a 1/2 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch long, screwed into the bottom of the hickey that holds the cap on. Now, what we want is something about 1 inch long, which is what this is. It's only it's another IPS 1/8 inch. It's 1 inch long. It's fully threaded the entire length of it, and that is going to go into the bottom of that lamp hickey, and it's going to stick out the bottom of the cap. and we are going to cap that. The clearance that comes out of the bottom of the lamp body is probably going to be maybe a 1/2 inch, and we're going to have a turned neck that actually screws onto this, that our lamp pipe is going to grab onto, and I'm going to show you what that is next. But you need one of these. They're only 20 cents. This is a neck coupling. It's 1/8 IPS. Threading runs on the interior from top to the bottom on this coupling. It's about an 1.5 inches long. This particular item you need 2 of, because one of these is going to attach to the bottom of the lamp body on the chandelier. Your lamp pipe is going to attach to the bottom of this coupling, and then at the bottom of your lamp pipe you're going to attach another one of these, and then the bottom portion of that is going to attach to your lamp. These are only $1.50 a piece. Order a couple of them, grandbrass.com. You can get them in this brass color. You can get them in silver if you prefer to have a silver chandelier instead of a gold. My preference is gold, so I'm going to use this brass colored. And you can get them in all sorts of styles, and there's all sorts of lengths. You don't have to have them this long. You can have them fancier than this. You can have them more plain than this. But when you order these, make sure to remember to order at least 2. Now this you all recognize as a nut. It's a 1/8 IPS nut. It's only 22 cents. Now you need only one of these, but it's usually, they're so cheap, you order a couple of them. You need one of these because you have one that is already attached to the lamp pipe on the top of your chandelier. But that one nut, you have a lamp crown that sits at the top of your chandelier, that is going to rest on top of the existing nut that's already there. But you need another to screw down that lamp pipe on top of that crown to secure it in place. And that's the only reason you need this. You might need just one, but usually just get 2 of them, because they're cheap. It's easier to have an extra just in case you need it. And that's basically what we need this for. This is a shade rest. This is going to sit on the very top of your chandelier. Once you've got that nut on there and you've tightened that crown down, this will sit on top of the lamp pipe. It is a 1/8 IPS. Threads on the bottom in the female part, which is going to sit on the top of the top of the lamp pipe at the top of the chandelier. The top male threads are a 1/4 inch, and that is going to hold your shade rest. Not your shade rest. This is a shade rest. This is going to hold an extension that raises your finial a bit, and then the finial will go on top of it. They're only $1.10. Again, you can get these in different colors. You only need one of these. Now this is a riser. When you finish building your chandelier, at the very top of your chandelier is a crown that attaches to the top of the lamp pipe. And on top of that is going to be the shade rest. Now the crown, which crowns the top of your chandelier, is going to be either a band or a high crown. It can be up to 3 inches tall. And so if you put your finial on top of the shade rest, it's going to disappear in that crown and you're not going to see it. So this riser actually raises the finial above the crown. But now we're only going to need a 1-inch riser for this, but sometimes if you have a very deep crown, you can buy a riser that's up to 3 inches. Now these are 1/4 inch threading, female threading on the bottom, and male 1/4 inch threading on the top that your finial is going to rest on. These are only $1.20 a piece. They come in all different styles, all different colors, and they come again from grandbrass.com. Now this is a finial. It's a 6-prong finial, which means it's made for custom. We can make it in a custom finial out of it. We are going to actually take a chandelier crystal. You can use any chandelier crystal, and you can actually fit it into the top. A lot of times you have to glue it in, but with the prongs it allows you to actually make your own finial. So you can use any chandelier crystal you want to make a finial, but it's nice to be able to make the one you want and make it custom to your particular taste. This is only 1/4 inch threading, and this is going to set on top of the shade rest that you've installed, whatever size that you had. You're going to get these, of course. You can order them in brass or you can order them in silver, depending on what color your chandelier is going to be. They're only $1.65, and all total, all of our parts that we've just gone over is about $9 in total. So you see, it's pretty cheap, and this is all we're going to need for extra parts, and then we can go on and start building our chandelier lamp. Hey everyone, I hope this video was helpful in helping to flesh out all the preliminaries that we need to take care of before we actually build this lamp. Now, if this video was helpful, I'm really glad. If you still have questions, please leave your questions and comments in the comment section below. Now, I've left the links to all the chandeliers we looked at, as well as the lamp parts and hardware that we're going to need to build this chandelier lamp, in the description below. Now in part 2, the next video, we are going to be prepping our lamp so that when we convert that chandelier, it will be able to attach to the top of your lamp. I hope you'll join me for that. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and stay fabulous everyone. We'll see you in the next video.